Your Majesty. In a man's life, women count only if they are beautiful, graceful, and know how to stay feminine. You may be equal in the eyes of the law, but not in ability. You have never produced a Michelangelo or a Bach or even a great cook. You are schemers, you are evil, all of you. Oh, Your Majesty, you said all these things.
Not with the same words, no.
Well, the thought, you've never produced a Michelangelo, a Bach, or even a great cook.
This I have said.
So you don't feel that women are, in that sense, equal, that they have the same intelligence or ability?
Not so far. Maybe you will become in the future. We can always have some exceptions.
Here and there.
But yes, but on the average, I repeat again, when have you produced a top scientist?
Madame Curie.
That's one.
But we've had a lot of trouble getting ahead, perhaps because of this point of view. Do you feel your wife is one of these rare exceptions?
It depends in what sense.
Well, do you feel your wife can govern as well as a man?
I prefer not answer.
But you have made your wife the regent of this country. If you should die, your wife heads this country, and yet you're not certain that she can govern as well as a man.
I can't say. The reaction that she might eventually have under crisis. These are unanswerable questions. How do you want to...
Well, I admire you for your honesty, but what you are really saying is women are nice in their place. Nice, pretty creatures. You are a very pretty woman. Say something, Your Majesty. How do you feel when you listen to this? No. What can I say? I'm quoting.
Is that communism is not allowed. It's banned, so you can't do it. And political prisoners, it happens to be that all of them are Marxists.
And what does that prove?
Marxism is outlawed in this country. It's illegal.
It's been said that there are some 20,000 political prisoners in Iran.
That's not true. We have about 3,000 and not more. Some people have even said that there are between 25,000 and 100,000 political prisoners.
You deny this?
Do I deny it? First of all, it's our business and not any of their business. But the truth and reality is that we have not more than 3,000.
You're saying you do what every country does.
Sure.
If torture is necessary, you torture.
Not the torture in the old sense of torturing people, twisting their arms and doing this and that. But there are intelligent ways of questioning now.
Well, they talk about psychological and physical torture.
Physical, I don't believe.
Not
anymore. Maybe in the old days.
A police officer or detective gets so mad at the behavior of the fellow that he has just arrested that he loses his head and he just punches on that fellow or breaks a chair on his head. These are some kind of human reactions that it's almost beyond control.
تورم فوق‌العاده‌ای از خارج به کشور ما تحمیل می شود. به طوری که از 2 سال پیش که قیمت‌های صادراتی نفت در کنفرانس تهران تعیین شد، ما به طور مداوم شاهد افزایش قیمت کالاهای وارداتی بودیم. برای مثال کافی است که تذکر دهیم که در حال حاضر بهای کالاهای اساسی نسبت به 2 سال قبل بدین قرار است: گندم 320%، شکر 308%، سیمان 300%، پشم 220%، آهن‌آلات 200%، روغن نباتی 200%، الیاف مصنوعی 220%، پوست و چرم 200%، مواد پلاستیکی تا 400%.
دیوید فراست که تا پیش از این چند بار در ایران با شاه گفتگو کرده بود، حالا برای انجام این مصاحبه به تنها هتل جزیره کانتدورا اومده. در بخش‌های پخش نشده این مصاحبه شاه برای اولین بار ناگفته‌هایی رو از ماه‌های پایانی سلطنتش بیان میکنه که تا قبل از این در هیچ جا از اونها سخن نگفت.
I wanted to create, as I said, a coalition to form a national government representing all shades, especially the opposition people. I tried very hard, and I worked very hard on that, but it did not come true.
And do you think that Mr. Sharif Imami initially at the beginning did the right things or not?
Well, you can say yes and you can say no, because it was surrendering on all fronts to everyone, opening the jails and giving freedom to all, and at the same time asking for martial law. So it was a mockery. We had officially the martial law, but it was not put into practice.
At what point, you said yesterday from September onwards, but was it really from when Sharif Imami was appointed? At what point did you decide to step back? I mean, Sharif Imami's actions were his actions,
yes,
or your actions?
You know, with this government, they started to weigh on their own completely. He would come and see me, obviously. He would telephone to me. I would telephone to him. But the question of what the system that used to work before was absolutely changed. They would adopt and decide about things that they would never even report to me. The question is that so all those forces which were liberated, and we should have established this beautiful democracy, where are they today? And as I said, either outside the country or in hiding. 1.5 million people, Iranians, have left the country. Not only the rich people, but the best brains of the country, the best minds of the country, they have all left. Everybody who can leave the country is leaving the country. So where are those people in the Bar Association and in other places who were promising democracy and these things? Where are they today? How are they going to feed these masses? Especially if what now is making the wheels turn somewhat, that his oil money will be finished. It's only through technology and mastering the science, and the future of the world is based on technology and science. And this is only in the Western world that you could find.
If you had your time as Shahanshah over again, those 37 years, what would you have done differently?
Well, now probably I will say a few things, because something went wrong, obviously. And in addition of either saying the truth or making yourself excuses and all kind of things to defend yourself against the failures, but
probably in addition to all the intrigues from within and without, something had gone wrong. And this is what I think about. I have recently published a book in which I elaborate on some of these subjects, but I will tell you now that either we started a little too late the liberalization program, or we started a little too early and too fast. Either we should have started it in 1973 instead of 75 or 6, or at a time of crisis, when we were seeing that things were moving in the direction of complete chaos and anarchy, then to take our time, first to re-establish law, order, and the execution of rule, implementation of rule, and then start to liberalize again. It's one of those two things, but I was following my inner instincts.
Do you feel that your people let you down, or that you let your people down?
First of all, when we say the people, we cannot talk about all the people. That's absolutely not true. I can say that the silent majority remains silent. And if I let my people down, it was for the purpose that I tried to explain, that a king cannot be a dictator and that a throne could not be based on blood. This is my only explanation for what it is worth.
Is the worst thing about being here thinking of your homeland?
And what are we now? What has it served? The religion? Democracy? Human rights? The rule of the people?